if you go back and you look and you remember, there was a judge that scored Vasyl Lomachenko versus Gary Russell Jr. a draw. Then there were two other judges, 116, 112. But now he fought a guy by the name of Chris Martin. No, not the guy from Coldplay. We're talking about Gary Russell Jr., who is now, 25-1 with 14 KOs. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, December the 21st, 2014, 5:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And first, the most important part. Let's talk about the politics surrounding Gary Russell. Gary Russell Jr. is an Al Haymon fighter. If you don't know how Al Haymon fighters work, this is the path they go on. Fighting a whole bunch of people that you probably haven't heard of. I'm supposed to know them, and most of them I do. But then they go on to get a championship fight. Perfect example, Deontay Wilder has literally fought no one. And then with the Malik Scott, I don't even know what was going on with that. 32-0, 32 KOs, gets a title shot. So, moving on, Gary Russell Jr. is not a 122-pounder. People saying he should move down. He never fought at 122 in his career. If anything, he's a 130-pound fighter. But at the 126-pound division, I have trouble when it comes to the top guys in that division matching Gary Russell up. Now, they say he has the fastest hands in the business. Oh, he is fast, but he's not defensively sound. And also, he's been known to have hand issues throughout his career, and the power is somewhat not there. Nicholas Walters, he would, in my opinion, Nicholas Walters would destroy Gary Russell unless Gary Russell plays the keep away. Even though Nito Donaire at 126 will give Gary Russell some major problems. And I don't think just because Nito Donaire got knocked out by Lomachenko, he can't give Gary Russell some problems. He don't want to see Vasyl Lomachenko again. Even if you think of, who moves up from 122? Even if you think of a guy like Carl Frampton, a guy like Rigondeaux, and I guess what I'm saying is there's a big question mark around the career of Gary Russell. This card, Showtime Extreme, by the way, the Showtime Extreme card, he didn't even headline. So he was in one of the most anticipated matches of the first half of this year against Vasyl Lomachenko. But now he's fighting guys like Chris Martin. Now, Chris Martin does have a win over a guy by the name of Chris Avalos. Chris Avalos is fighting Carl Frampton for the 122-pound IBF title. But still, you guys don't know that. And more importantly, this fight was close to being untelevised. So, Gary Russell Jr., in the biggest fight of his career, the biggest fight of Lomachenko's career, and also, remember, one of the highly anticipated fights at that point in time. In fact, that was the fight of the night, even though it was on the undercard. Now, he was almost in a fight where he was untelevised. So I'm thinking, well, how are you really building him up? Okay, you're building him up and getting wins under his belt. So I guess when he gets a title shot, you could say, well, he's won 5 straight since then or whatever. But looking at the fact that he's untelevised, it's like, well, how is that helping him as far as fans seeing him? Now, he was on that card, yes, but originally he was supposed to be untelevised. So he's saying 2015 is going to be a big year for him. And in the Delusions of Granda, in his delusions, he's said that 99 out of 100 times he would beat Vasyl Lomachenko. So that means Vasyl Lomachenko beat him by a miracle. I guess maybe according to the judges, I don't know. But I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. What's next for Gary Russell? Of course we can talk about who we want him to face. Of course we can talk about, I would love to see him against Abner Maris. Oh man, put him against Leo Santa Cruz, man. No, that's not how the Al Haymon system works. No, you don't get big fights from Gary Russell. You're not getting no big, no. Don't expect Gary Russell Jr. to be tested again until probably 2017. He's going to be collecting his paydays, doing whatever Al Haymon tells him to do. And then he'll probably get another shot once guys like Vasyl Lomachenko that moved up and Nicholas Walters, and he's going to try to pick the weakling in the herd like they did. They thought Vasyl Lomachenko, and I would too. He at that point in time he was 1-1 with 1 KO, and Orlando Salido took him to school. As far as without that Orlando Salido fight, maybe Vasyl Lomachenko wouldn't be the fighter he is today. But for some reason they thought, oh yes, Gary Russell, let's put you in there with Vasyl Lomachenko. Let's try to get that belt. Nah, I know how that's sneaky. I know how that sneaky tactics work. I know how they work. You can't fool me, Al Haymon. You can't fool me. I'm T Street Controversy. Once again, I probably said this shit like 3 times already. T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. These fights I didn't cover live because I covered the Friday night fights live. And Gary Russell Jr., I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just couldn't. Just couldn't. So, all my social media information is below, and even all boxing interviews I have are right below. I would love to get Gary Russell Jr. on the phone, but I gotta get Herrera on the phone first. Please subscribe. T Street Controversy. T Street Controversy Live.